Hello everyone, this is Breathing Crescent and welcome to my channel. Today we are gonna do Matt Reeves' The Batman's review. Of course, it's a spoiler free, and I know I'm a little bit late, but yeah, life. And yeah, just like Batman, I was pretty busy, so I couldn't catch up with the movie, but finally I caught up with it, and now it's time for our review. So it's last night when I finally completed the movie, and there is a mixed emotion, but mostly the graph is up, way above than of my expectations. Like, I expected the movie. I have seen Robert Pattinson in Twilight, and honestly speaking, I don't remember Twilight as bad as the reputation goes. But and yeah, I saw Tenet before Batman, and I saw a couple of other Robert Pattinson movies. Rob is a good actor. The one complaint I might had, that because his voice was so low. I was like, okay, so Batman is brooding. He's got a brooding voice. So how is Rob's gonna pull off that? And yeah, because we all saw the look in the trailer, but yes, Pattinson did, and for the first time ever, we got a Batman who didn't use some kind of voice modulator or something. It was his own voice, and he just changed his tone, simple as that. And one thing, the movie is almost 3 hours, so people might argue that it's a boring one because it's not that action packed, and for the story progression, it's a little slow. But one thing the fans forget, that Batman is the greatest detective. He is not your average superhero to jump onto a fight. He is a master tactician who will avoid the fight as much as possible. Sorry about that. But Batman will fight, and we all know Batman has an indomitable willpower when it comes to, because he is a normal human after all. He is pushing his body, his mental capacity, his mind, his whole biology way beyond, maybe beyond that what it's capable of. So that's what the movie captured very well. Like, this is a year two. Bruce Wayne and Batman is an amateur, is a rookie. But that didn't stop Batman from being a Batman. He looked menacing. The tone, and Batman felt more grounded this time. It felt like he is something. He is something more human, something more personified in when he comes out of shadows and maybe scares people or beats people half to death. So that's the grounded thing I loved about this Batman, which I think, I have seen Nolan's trilogy. Nolan was best, I would say, because Matt Reeves just only made one. This Batman felt a lot more grounded. He didn't give you the tone of a superhero. He gave you the tone of a broken human, like you or me. We put on a mask, we put on a costume, and maybe we go for some vigilantism or something, and we don't even know what are we fighting for. We are just chasing down clues using our rage. This Batman is so relatable. And there is one more thing I just absolutely loved about this Batman: the escapism. We know that Batman has trained in the ways of ninja, and among his other 127 forms of martial arts, he's got ninjutsu, jujitsu, a lot of tactics that allows him to escape, that allows him to hide in the shadows. That thing, when the officer turns, or when somebody turns and they see the Batman isn't there, but he feels like an amateur, he felt like a rookie a moment ago, but that guy just escaped in a split of second. It's like that. In a split of second, you don't even realize when he's gone. That moment was very grounded. That moment was captured so well in this movie. Also, you can see a lot of character development for Bruce, for Batman himself, how he was not Batman at first. Maybe, I mean, we only saw the word Batman, like, yeah, some dude just in a mask calls himself that, but we don't see him as a symbol until the very end of the movie. That is something that caught my eye, that he's always referred as the Vengeance. Yeah, it's a mockery, but at the same time, it portrayed the idealism he was carrying at that time. The Vengeance. Everybody almost called him Vengeance, not Batman. That is something. That is telling you something. Then there is Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. That is also surprising because, contrary to the popular belief, Zoe Kravitz isn't really your typical Catwoman here, like something you see in the other Batman movies with a fancy suit or fancy bodysuit or something weirdly flirtatious that does not make sense. Catwoman, or Selina Kyle, is very grounded as well. She has emotions, she has wittiness, she is sexy, but at the same time, she is smart and caring too. That's what caught my eye. If you ask my opinion, I would say this is not a Catwoman. Zoe Kravitz, her role as Selena Kyle was that progression towards the Catwoman, towards another mass thief, anti-hero, vigilante type female character. So, and there is Commissioner Gordon. Yes, one thing I would agree that Alfred was not used as much as the other movies. And there is one thing I absolutely love Alfred's character. One thing I do not love about this Alfred is that, yeah, he is a bit more tactical and butlery, and feels like a more father figure than to any other movies, like Christopher Nolan's Alfred was too much of almost he was a butler who tried to stray kind of a father figure, like it's like a that comic book reference Nolan was trying to give. And I remember Zack Snyder's Alfred, and he was a bit too technical. Like he didn't have anything to do with Bruce. Like he just was there as some kind of sidekick to Batman. So we all know, yes, Alfred is a sidekick, but we all know that Alfred is a butler too. What disappointed about Alfred in this movie is just not just that his role is short, but he is too much of a father to Bruce. And he doesn't address him as a master Bruce um like he's supposed to, or yeah, that's I think that's it is lacking. Like he became too much of a father figure. And then there is one thing I noticed, that Batman in this movie talks a lot less. That is one of the signature key points of Batman. He almost never talks unless it's necessary, and that what's scary about him. He doesn't talk. He just glares, and yes, this movie has a bad glare. Like, yeah, you could see the terrifying eyes, like they Robert Pattinson, the I mean, through the cowl you can see his eyes. Bruce Wayne's eyes, or the Batman's eyes, is like the glare that will, if you cross paths, he will kill you. That vibe you get every time he appears. And and then also one thing I also noticed, and I won't say I didn't like it. Let's just say I'm not a big fan of it. That Batman works alone. Yes, he takes Gordon helps. He takes Gordon's help, a lot of help from the outside. He is a human after all, but at the end of the day, Batman is known for his loneliness. He works alone without anyone's interference. But here, he is just felt like used by the police, or used, manipulated by Gordon somehow. He's like puppet of Gordon. That part really disappointed me, because I was expecting something better. Yes, the actor who played Commissioner Gordon was fantastic. No doubt in my mind that he was a good James Gordon. He was good fit for the role. And let's come to the villain, Paul Dano, or the Riddler. Okay, so honestly speaking, when the Riddler first appeared on the screen, I was really disappointed with the mask and all that. But the vibes the character gets off, that menacing, psychotic, killer vibes, that is terrifying. Like, you could feel that he is a serial killer, and he might kill you if you're a citizen of Gotham. You don't know what he might do. And then when you get to see his face, he's sort of innocent, also not innocent. And the Riddler's riddles didn't felt that much dry. It was good. It was better. Every turn, every clues he left for Batman. Although I expected Batman to, as Riddler said, there's something a little bit spoiler, or I mean, yeah, that Batman isn't that smart in this movie. Like, he is a good detective, no doubt. But is he smart? That's the question. And there is also one thing on the internet that everybody says that in the end, Paul Dano's character Riddler or Edward Enigma would know Batman's true identity as Bruce Wayne. Like, there's a confrontation between them. Of course, the hero and villain comes face to face. That it almost signifies as the Riddler knows Batman's identity. But that's the mystery. Does he know or doesn't he? And Matt Reeves really kept it going till the end. That's the fantastic part. Then there is the second half of the movie that actually has the action. The first part is a little slow paced, but it keeps you engaging, contrary to the popular belief I heard from some people that they slept throughout the movie, or the movie is too boring to even keep your eyes open. I totally disagree. As a detective movie, and I am a fan of detective work or mysteries, and I love Batman. So how the movie started and how it went, how it caught on, that was actually captivating. And I will not say that there was a time and the 2.5 hour mark, and it's almost 3 hours mark, or lesser. I don't exactly remember the timing. When the movie really felt that it could fasten thing up, and the next thing you know, movie took its pace, like the lack of pace it was missing, it picks it up, like almost a few scenes later. That is good. The ending didn't feel rushed. I will not say I am totally captivated by the ending, but the ending was better. The ending was good. The ending really shined on our main character Batman, and it really proved that he can be more than vengeance. He can be a knight. And like Kevin Conroy said in the Batman animated series, I'm vengeance, I'm knight, I am Batman. That's what you feel, word to word, on the second half, on almost towards the ending, the fight scenes and all the scenes comes after that or prior to that. That's what you feel, that he was the vengeance, but he became the knight, he became the leader, he became the hope, that stays in the darkness. He became almost that unknown friend who helps you from time to time without asking for reward. That's what that's all that I found in Batman. And there was something that a hint for Okay, here's gonna be a little bit more spoiler. So, spoiler alert, if you don't want to listen to it, skip to like 40 seconds or 50 seconds. So, at the end, Selena Kyle suggests a title called Bat and the Cat. So that's a big Easter egg to all the comic book fans. I suppose you remember the comic. So the Bat and the Cat, and how he became. That's also how he became the White Knight of Gotham. Yes, I know he's called the Dark Knight of Gotham, but at the end you will feel that he did become a White Knight. That's funny, and at the same time that was iconic. So that's my take on the Batman. But since our review is completed, but before you go, there is something interesting I want to share that I had noticed, that the Batman is actually on the here the Batman actually lives in the twilight. That is fun. And why I'm saying that, and you'll see when you see the movie. And iconically, Robert Pattinson's prior movie, I mean, the movie that he's mostly known for, or rather infamous for, the Twilight Saga or the Twilight franchise, that movie, I mean, that is something that kept the tone. Also, his character's name was Edward in the Twilight Saga, and in this movie, where he's supposed to redeem his name, but which he did justice, undoubtedly, just like all the other movies I have seen him working. That is, his name was Edward, and also the Riddler's real name is also Edward. So how cool is that? Did you figure that out when you saw the Batman movie? Let me know in the comments. Till then, this is the Bhattacharya, the breathing crescent. What you see on my screen is the Bat family. I know a few members are missing, but this is the best I can do. So till then, see you in the next video. Take care, keep smiling, and be genuinely happy. Bye bye.